I think that one thing we've known this whole season is that we have a group of fighters and we have a group of players who have a winning spirit. And I think in a game like this, when you match up pretty well with the team and they're able to make a run, they hit some big shots, to have some players who are used to playing in big games and who are able to step up, I think is huge. I think that, as a coaching staff, we're still learning the group. And my biggest thing when we talk to the team, we're going to teach skill, we're going to teach what our game plan is going to be, but I just need to know you're going to fight. I just need to know that you're going to come out, we're going to be swinging, we're going to fight together. And when you look at the hustle points and kind of the hustle stats, I guess you could say, we out-rebounded them by 11. We had 10 second chance points to their 2. We had 9 fast break points to their 3. Like, all the hustle categories, we're winning, and that's something when you really need a win, and we're trying to get on that. Now we're on that winning side. We're no longer 500, and we're trying to keep those wins coming. That's winning basketball, and I'm just so proud of this group and how they stayed together. We did a lot of work. We've been in some close games against Tennessee Tech. It came off on the other side, but we did a lot of situational work in practice, and to see our freshman G come and know that, okay, I'm getting the rebound, I'm calling the timeout, we're advancing it, and just little growth moments of the team. It really, from a coaching standpoint, makes you proud of this group, makes you proud that not only are they fighting, but they're also bought in. And just couldn't be more proud of our effort today.
Questions for Coach or Karsen?
Karsen, you had never played more than 34 minutes in the game in your career. Obviously, the injuries and stuff that lead to you needing to play more. Like, what were the conversations like where the coach was like, I kind of need more minutes, more whatever out of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely hit some adversity this week. As you can tell, we didn't have a lot of bodies tonight. That was a huge conversation in our practices, and Coach D was very upfront and said, we're going to need minutes from a lot of you guys, and we worked really hard to get in shape, and we're still working hard to get into that top tier shape. But we knew before this game that this is what was going to be expected for minutes.
I didn't tell Karsen before she was going to play 40 minutes because I didn't want Karsen to freak out, because Karsen would be like, I don't know if I can do that. But let me tell you.
It was in the back of my head. I was prepared.
Let me tell you, when you're hitting shots in the third and the fourth quarter, when you've played 40 minutes, that's a testament to the work that she puts in. That's a testament how hard she pushes herself. Conditioning is one thing, but if you're attacking conditioning, and that's Karsen since we got here. And so for her to come up big and hit some big shots down the stretch on some worn out tires, very, very proud of her.
Coach, we touched on it last week about Jonathan and what potential she has. I mean, I don't think you get much argument from anybody who thinks if you would say she took over the game there for a minute there in the fourth quarter and really kind of propelled you guys in that multi-possession lead. And I mean, come on, what did you say about that performance and that knack for the moment from such a young player?
Yeah. Learning this new team, we're trying to find some go-to players. We call them closers. We got to find a closer, and I think somebody who has 1v1 advantage in some certain capacity, right? And different games is going to be different closers. And I felt like in the first, we really kind of used Kaya to everything that Kaya had. We're trying to use her going downhill. We knew she had advantage 1v1. Second half, they take her away. So we know, okay, they're going to take that away. Also with Brooke Anya, I thought Brooke got some good points, and then they start taking her away. So then we're looking at, okay, what kind of downhill options we had. And also we're looking at matchups, and we knew that she had a better matchup. And the one thing I will say about G is she's a freshman, but she's fearless. She wants the ball in her hands at big moments. I'm looking at my staff. We have a certain sideline out of bounds when we're up and we need to get the ball in. And it's an ISO look for somebody to get the basketball. And I'm like, who's going to hit the free throws? And I was like, G's going to hit them. So for her to step up and hit both of those 2 big free throws, just a credit to her and what kind of player she is. I think we're only scratching the surface with G. I think that there's still some freshman mistakes, whether it's defensively, whether it's turnovers, but we're starting to see the pieces come together, and very, very proud of her effort and how she was able to be fearless in that moment.
And I know it's we're not going to Thanksgiving technically yet, but we're early in the season, early in your tenure, but that felt like an early signature win for you guys. I mean, when you think about, you mentioned the hustle points and finding ways to win like that. You mentioned knowing to call timeouts. I remember when we talked before
Yeah.
the season, you said, I'm going to be the most prepared team on the floor. I want to be the hardest working one and the smartest. And I think today was a reflection of that when you talk about the hustle points, you talk about knowing the situation, and how proud are you from that effort of being able to showcase the signature, a signature win like that against a really good program that's having a good season this far.
Well, I think from a coaching standpoint, you're only going to be able to impact the game if players buy in, And so if I'm sitting here and we want to be the most prepared and we want to hustle, if our players don't buy in, what I'm saying becomes useless. And so it's a credit to our team for them to see the vision that I had and to execute it out and to stay bought in when we've hit some bumps. And I feel like the gratitude that I have for this group for staying the course, trusting in the system, understanding that it might look ugly early, but we're going to be able to put together a really nice season if we stay the course. And so I'm just really grateful for my team for buying in. One of those things when you're down certain players or certain things happen and there's adversity. One thing I'll say about my team, we don't flinch. We're going to stand up to any challenge there is, and we're not going to back down to anybody. And that, I think, was a testament that we saw tonight.
Karsen, I asked Coach this after the first game, and not even a chance to ask you yet, but I remember we would come in, we would do football pressers over there for the first part of the season, and every week I came in, you were in there shooting basketballs. And granted, you had a good first game, but it was shorter, it was the first game of the season. Now here we are against a good Lipscomb team, and you put up the performance you did. Do you see that hard work and those after hours and coming in here to the gym on a Tuesday morning, just getting up shots, see that hard work come to fruition, and knowing it's still early in the season too, and you can still tap into a deeper level, maybe of a scoring prowess, if you will, too?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's been a journey, I can't say my college career has been easy. It's been hard, and there's been a lot of bumps, but one thing I've always was told was to stay the course, get putting the work in, keep doing the right things, and it's all going to come together. And tonight was one of those nights where it's like it kind of came together, but I can't. It's all to my teammates and my coaches, for pushing me every single day. I'm really hard on myself. I have a lot of expectations, and just to kind of see it come together, I can't do that without them 100%. So it's all credit to them for sure.
And I got to ask the
Give yourself some credit, please.
Coach, you see 11 a.m. tip time on Monday. You see, okay, it's Education Day. Did you anticipate it being the loudest, raucous environment of the season this morning with all these kids here and having a good time?
It was my first Education Day, and everybody was like, have you done it? Have you been a part of it? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, they're really loud. And so it was more of a prepare yourself, I didn't prepare myself for the music selection because I'm sitting there, they know this, I love to dance, and they're sitting there playing Party in the USA, and I have to pretend like not pretend, but I have to be professional, and I have to stand in there, and I can't dance. And so I was sitting there, and I was locked into the game the entire time. But I was liking the selection of songs, and I think we should play those a little bit more often. That was a fun atmosphere. Loved it. So
it's a different level of loud when Baby Shark comes on loudspeaker in the third quarter and it gets going. But if you had a message to those kids out today, I mean, it'd be hard pressed not to say like it kind of gave. And I could ask you that too, Karsen. If you had a message to them, I feel like it gave you guys some extra juice today.
100%.
for sure,
Yeah.
we're sitting there, and a day like today, it's one of those things where we need every single ounce that we can get, every inch that we can get, and the loud, the crowd, the students being in here and making it an atmosphere, that is such a huge advantage for us, specifically when we go down and we score a big bucket, and now you got the kids screaming, and it just feels like the whole world's coming down on the visiting team's head. And I just really enjoyed it. I went over and I talked to some of the students that were close to our bench before the game, and I was like, hey, when I do this, I need you to be really loud. They weren't paying attention when I did it, so we didn't get them. But, the atmosphere was there, and we had a good time with it.